Hello, friends. Welcome to the Tuesday of Easter week daily reflection. First off, I'm not sure that this is what I expected paradise to look like. It's a nice worship space, but not exactly what I thought of as paradise. As I've shared in an earlier reflection, Joan and I were scheduled to fly to Hawaii yesterday. That obviously didn't happen. In addition to Southwest canceling flights to Honolulu, other things got in the way. COVID-19. So we postponed our trip a number of weeks ago, rescheduling for, we hope, August. It was a couple of days after that postponement that Marty, my friend, the chaplain at Chaminade University in Honolulu, sent me an email about the governor of Hawaii mandating that all people coming into the state would have to self-quarantine for 14 days. He offered that he was sorry that we would be sitting at our B&B with a view of the ocean, but not being able to walk on the beach. That we would not be able to eat at his favorite restaurant or even see him. And he wondered if we were still going to come just to have an ocean view and read some books. I answered back that I told him we would probably do most of that at home, but the ocean view would have to be an artificial picture of the ocean. Now for some interesting facts. Each year, our Easter Sunday worship is one of our largest attendance days. Last year, 227 people worshiped during our 3 worship services. This year, we reached, ready for it? 693 people with our virtual service. The Wetzels checked in from Italy. The Peñas from Portland, Oregon. Dottie Morchinsky from North Dakota, and others who are our guests from all around the country. It's an incredible experience. In fact, last week, Chris Holmes invited all of his friends, some 800 of them on Facebook, to worship with us as well. And one of his friends, Victoria, showed up and offered the following comments. Blessed Easter to you all. Thank you so much, my dear old friend Chris, for inviting me to worship with your church. This live and virtual service means a lot to me, especially to be connected with others this Easter morning. Blessings to all, and aloha from our little quarantined island of Kauai. Aloha. There's that Hawaiian connection. This is the great news of our Easter. We had an empty church building, but it isn't the number of people here that should have been the focus. The focus always is on the empty tomb. The women who went to the tomb to prepare the body for burial never expected the encounter they had. And I didn't expect 693 Facebook viewers along with our YouTube viewers that day. But that is the miracle of Easter. We'd been praying for the cup to pass from us, similar to that prayer that Jesus offered in the Garden of Gethsemane on Maundy, Thursday. A cup of different sorrows, if you will, but still heavy to bear. A cup of isolation, a cup of distancing, a cup of unknown endings. Now the cup of sorrow that Easter will not be what we've always experienced has indeed passed. There is the good news in that passing. I hope and pray that we've been able to see Easter in a new light. Easter is more than those traditions we've made it to be in the past, more than the gathering of family and friends around a table, more than hunting for Easter eggs filled with jelly, filled with candy, or filled with money. Easter was always the simple statement from God that death does not have the final word. The promise of a new life is the reason we gather and say, He is risen. The promise of the new life in Christ is why we come together and sing, Jesus Christ is risen today. New life is our inheritance brought because Jesus went to the cross to suffer and die for us. The promised new life is God's gift to the earliest disciples who broke that no more than 10 quarantine rule when they gathered in the room because they were afraid. The promised new life is God's gift to us as we worship at home, as we continue to worship at home, gathered with our family, not in fear, but in love for others. Celebrate that new life. Remember that Easter is not a day, but a season, a week of weeks for we Christians. In fact, every Sunday really is a celebration of Jesus' resurrection and the promise of new life. Celebrate that we will come together again someday to sing praises, to share in the meal. We will always remember that Easter is an empty tomb and sometimes an empty building. I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Sunday here in this semi-empty building. But until then, please remember, wash your hands, stay home if you're sick, love one another, wear a mask when you go out in public now, practice the important social distancing, and of course, always be careful out there. Oh, and by the way, our videographer, Joan, panned the chairs on Sunday morning. Dave Cushing posted on his Facebook page 2 pictures, I believe, of the chairs. It's incredible to see the people who are here worshiping. But if you're not, if your picture's not here, please send me one. You don't, as I've said, have to be in your Sunday best. Just a picture of you so that we can see you in church and know that we have a lot of pictures, but there's still more room. For some reason, our videographer, Joan, who also puts the pictures up, doesn't believe that Lutherans should sit in the back row, or we don't have enough to fit into the back row. So let's flood the email, and let's make Joan work hard Sunday morning before worship time. Thanks. Be safe, be good, and know that in this Easter season, God always loves us.